I've got another beautiful speaker here today, Emily Saunders. And who's still here? Who's excited? Let's have a little bit of fun and drop some emojis in the chat if you're still here. Emily, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited. So excited.
I am thrilled to have you here, Emily. I know your story is incredible, impactful, and it goes way back to some parts of your childhood. A lot of times that we don't speak about. A lot of times we hold secrets or perhaps are too afraid to share the true stories of what happened to us. I know you have traveled far and wide, way beyond what happened to you in your teenage years. And I will read your introduction in a moment. But I just want to say hello and welcome. What would you like to share with our audience today?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure I can live up to what Anna and Linda just did. Those are some hard acts to follow here. But I am going to do my ultimate best, and I'm so grateful for this whole experience and can't wait to share it with everyone and share it with everyone going forward for the next 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah. And what inspired you to share your story, first of all?
There was a lot of little seeds that were planted. And we were all talking on WhatsApp yesterday about the universe bringing things into our lives and synchronicities and seeing little signs. And really, it was last year I had submitted an article to Women Thrive, and I was excited that it had came about in December. And I thought, okay, I need to do something else. And my little brother, Adam, who's a pretty big deal here in our family, he did a co-authored book in 2020. And I always thought that was very cool. And I remember thinking back then, I should do something like that someday. I don't know what I would write about, but I should do something about that. And then when I had the opportunity from Women Thrive after that article was completed, to find out about the book, I just had to jump in. You just have to invest in yourself and throw everything into the wind and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Um, I love that you felt inspired and called to share your story, and I know it's going to impact a lot of people. What ultimately would you like for your chapter to do beyond the book?
I think it's amazing that even just myself, but all of us authors, we have found our niche, our soul's purpose, I believe, to share these stories and to help people like Linda. She's all about helping people. Anna is about helping people. I want to help people understand what had happened to them. And my story is about sexual assault, being raped at 16 years old, and how that unknowingly transformed my entire life. And throwing that in the back of my head and not thinking about it and just deciding not to deal with it, all the details for so many years, it kept me on these different paths. And now I'm on this path of helping women understand what happened to them and knowing that that doesn't define them and that they can get over that and move on to something that they really want to do and desire in life. And that's not going to hinder anything that they will be able to do.
Yeah. Emily, I want to officially introduce you to our audience before you begin. And Emily is the queen of bounce back, continually reinventing herself. And she embodies a spirit of resilience and ambition, a testament to the transformative power of following one's passion and dreams. As a child, she was fueled by her desire to someday work as a professional dancer. So she immersed herself in a world of competitive dance and choreography. Bear with me. Later, later in life, she found herself at the age of 21 in Sin City, becoming an iconic Vegas showgirl. Now at 49, Emily is a mother of two wonderful children, embracing role as a dance mom and lacrosse mom, and finds fulfillment working in business development and coaching entrepreneurial-minded practitioners in the wellness sector. And something that you may not know about Emily, not only is she stunning, but she has also won the title Miss Colorado for America 2021. And today, officially, Emily is an author and a speaker. Emily, over to you.
Thank you. Wow. So my story, I reflected about this last night. I think that I really would like to start in 2014 when I was separated with my husband and we were getting a divorce. And at that point, I really didn't know who I was. You know, you get married and you have this family and you're a mom now. And now I'm a divorced mom, single, have no idea where to go from there. I was over 200 pounds at the time and thought, this is something I have to figure out. I have to figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing and what inside me is keeping me hindered. And I thought at the time it was a business that I wanted to do. So I'm a massage therapist. I've been a massage therapist since 2011, and I had started my own practice in 2013. And I had this big idea for a big salon and med spa. And once I was divorced, I thought, okay, I really need to pursue this. This is going to make me whole. Everything is going to be great after I create this business. And I went through the whole entrepreneurial journey when you're going and finding investors, or you're asking people for money, or you're going to the bank and finding out that you don't qualify anymore because you're a single mom. And you're getting all these no's and no's and no's, and it's a nice idea, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And you have to refigure out, is this something that I really want to do in life? Or is this, do I want to keep getting heartbroken by all of this? But it kept driving me to own my own business. So that was this big thing that I thought was going to make me whole. And in 2017, when the Me Too movement came about, I realized that was an issue. The experience that I had when I was 16 years old was something that I really had not dealt with. And so in 2017, with everyone coming out and saying, this happened to me, I felt so safe to be able to talk about it with people. And I thought that was a really big really big milestone in my life, that I was able to talk about it now and get it off my chest. And I started losing weight. I started feeling better about myself. I started dating. I started getting a few yeses here on my business plan that I wanted to do. And so that was so exciting. So I thought, this is it. I'm going to be a salon owner, and I'm all for it. Then I was able to get some financing in 2020, right before the pandemic. So I was told, yes, we're going to give you money. And then March came and everything closed down. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll just hold on to this and figure this out. Well, once they started making us wear masks into the stores, I had gone in it was the end of April, and I had gone into a grocery store near my home with a bandana around my mouth. And the minute that I had put it on, I started feeling very faint and very sick to my stomach. And there was a situation where like a movie was playing in my head of the rape. It was something that I had never dealt with regards to that situation. It was something where I was struggling breathing as he had put a pillow over my face. And to talk about these details is hard. Sorry. So that was a huge surprise at the time. 26 years later, I'm standing in a grocery store, thinking of this situation back when I was 16, and I couldn't believe that that was happening. So I had gone home and tried to figure out where that had come from. Sorry. And a friend of mine who is a counselor, she had told me that I need to start writing about the situation that I had. I said, you know, I dealt with this. Why is this coming up? And she said, you did not deal with all of the details. And it was just something that I didn't want to deal with, evidently. So I just started. She had said that you know, you need to sit down and you need to write about it. She said free association writing will help you get all of those dark little secrets that you think that you've dealt with to come out. So I started writing. In the next few days, I started jotting some stuff down, and I was working on my computer, and my kids were homeschooled at that point with COVID. And my daughter had come over, she's in 5th grade, and she was asking me about fractions, which I've never understood fractions in my life. And so here I am trying to be a school teacher now, and I'm looking at her fractions, and I'm still typing away on what I felt like I was writing. And as I was, you know, interacting with her, I had written something that I didn't, I thought that I'd written something that I was thinking of. However, because I was so distracted, I wrote something else. And when I looked at it later, it said that up until that point, I wanted to be a model, but he had made me feel so terrible about myself that I just didn't pursue it, and I stopped doing it. And I stared at the screen and I thought, oh my God, that was what I wanted to do. And it just clicked that there was something, all those seeds or all those missing puzzle pieces of my life where I thought that I was going in all these good directions. It was something that I had not pursued yet in being a model. I was a dancer growing up. That was a natural thing to want to be a model as well. You know, you're kind of engulfed in that whole industry. And so I had to think about what that meant. And shortly after I was in that situation and that event occurred, I had just stopped. I was in a modeling class and I just felt ugly and terrible about myself. So I just didn't go and pursue it anymore. And so over the course of the next few weeks, I just was so excited thinking, this is something I need to pursue, whatever that means. And my daughter was funny. She said, oh, it was something that I wanted to be is like Kathy Ireland. Kathy Ireland, oh my gosh, was just the most gorgeous woman in the world. And I wanted to be like her. And I showed her a picture, my daughter a picture, and she goes, oh, Mom, that ship has sailed. You can't do that. And then I thought, that's what I'm going to do, is show my daughter that no matter how old you are or what you look like or what's society's going to tell me or what no's, you know, I had already gone through all these no's for my business. I'm not going to let a little 5th grader tell me that I can't go and do that. So I was always the sponsor for the Mrs. Colorado pageant as a massage therapist. And so I looked at the application and it was 3 days. You had only 3 days to decide for the deadline. And I did it. And I thought I'd be in the pageant for a few years and it would be fun and I could do some modeling. But I won. I won that first time. And it just threw me into all of the modeling. And, you know, so I think what my big story is for women to, and men to know, it doesn't need to be, like, I don't need to be a supermodel. I don't need to be on covers of all these magazines, which I would love to do someday. But you just have to jump in and get a piece of that. There's a gentleman who I talked to the other day, and he said, well, I always wanted to be an astronaut. I don't think they're going to let me. And I said, well, why don't you go down to NASA and see what it would be like and see if they could do a simulation and everything. And he thought, oh, yeah, I could do that. So it's just things that are going to get you as close as you can to that dream of yours. And I think that's the big important part of it. And with this journey of becoming an author and identifying all of the details in my story, which Ray and Paige, who was very instrumental in getting me to open up. I had never really talked to anyone about the details of that. And in my story, I am very visceral in the way that I talk about that. I just want the world to understand that rape is not an unfortunate event that a woman had to go through at one point. Throwing that word around as if it's just some sort of unfortunate event is ridiculous. It's something that I didn't choose to have. It's something that has completely impacted me over the course of my life. And at 49, I've decided that that's my journey, is to talk to women about that situation. And unfortunately, when you say I was sexually assaulted or in a situation like this, there's every woman has some sort of situation that she's been through, either at work or in college or in high school, something happened. And it's just, it needs to stop. So what I want to do, and what I was doing through the Miss Colorado pageant, was advocating for rape prevention education in our schools. And it's something that I'm very passionate about right now, especially having 2 teenage kids. And my next steps after this book has been published today, that I want to go to our school districts and talk to them about more prevention education in schools, and confidence in dating and different things like that, to get the kids, both boys and girls, understanding that it is a more than just consent. You can have consent or you can't have consent, but it still happens. So I just want to have a big spotlight on it all. Sorry, I got emotional. I didn't see that coming.
That's totally okay, Emily. And it's part of the journey, it's part of the process of getting vulnerable and honest about our stories in order to connect to our audience and also create a real impact. And when I started today's event, I did say we're going to peel some layers and we're
Yeah.
going to show up as our true and authentic selves. And we might cry, but we are going to take our masks off. And this is where it all begins. Emily, now that you've shared your story and kind of faced some of the stories and experiences that you have had, how does it feel being here now, almost on the other side and ready to release your story into the world?
It's undescribable how I feel. I feel like I could do anything. Oprah always talks about manifesting things, and you just think, well, that's Oprah. She's got millions and millions of dollars. She could just do that. I feel like Oprah right now. I feel like I can just manifest anything in my life now, because I've addressed everything that's inside me, all the fears. You just have to stop listening to the fears and just move forward with it. If you get caught up in some no's or some failures, you just get right back up again, learn from it, and keep going. And I think we just get so caught up in, well, that didn't work, so I'm not going to try it anymore. It was too heartbreaking. And I was certainly there at a point in my life that I'm just not going to try it anymore. I'm just not going to do it if it's just going to be failure after failure after failure. But you have to have those failures to appreciate that one win that you get. So that's where I'm at. I feel like Oprah.
Love it. This is a good time to take a screenshot and share it to the social media followers. Tag us, tag Emily, feeling like Oprah, and there's no holding back, right? You can achieve anything. I mean, you won a beauty pageant when you didn't even think it was possible. And I'm sure because situations like going through rape or any abuse leaves us with one I know personally with loss of our true identity, loss of confidence, self-worth, low self-worth. What has helped you to build your confidence back after, experiences like that?
I think my kids have sitting in an energy of gloom and doom and this doesn't happen for me kind of energy. I think that's where I was after my divorce. And I just wrote about this a little bit ago where my son, after my divorce, I was feeling a little bit better about things and I was engaging with my kids better. And he said, Mom, you are smiling way more now. I really love it. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I think that my kids, knowing that my kids are drawing energy from me and that they need me to be strong, I think that's where I get a lot of my strength and go get them kind of attitude.
Yeah. How do you hope to support other people? So if someone feels inspired by your story and they see you as inspiration for them, how would you like to support or encourage other people?
I think listening and understanding it and encouraging them, just like you and Paige did with us, and having that sisterhood, finding your tribe and encouraging them to find that tribe. All of the authors are, I feel like we're all sisters now. I feel like we have such a bond and being that tribe for anyone who has gone through this, being that one part that they can call um, and talk to about it, and then encouraging them to go through the details like I did and really facing it head on will be my strategy in all of that.
Yeah, amazing. We have Nikki who has raised her hand, so I'll bring her up to the spotlight to ask you a question or share something.
I just want to say thank you, Emily, for being so brave, for being so courageous and sharing that. And I can relate to you. A similar situation happened to me when I was younger. So I have so much empathy for you. And what I love, which I picked up on your picture, there's a picture in the back that says could, if it's my eyesight, and it's scored out and it said did. So you
Yeah.
did. You won that Miss Colorado, was it? Sorry, was it?
Yes, Miss Colorado, yes.
And
So
it's like you said, it doesn't matter what your age, what your size, anything like this. It's the fact that you're being an example to these other girls. And yeah, it's such an inspiration. I just love the fact that you're going to educate these young girls in school,
thank you.
to be observant and take care of themselves. So yeah, what a great model for your girls. And yeah, congratulations. And I shall definitely be I'm definitely buying the book. I'm actually going to buy quite a few copies and I'm going to be giving them to quite a few clients of mine, people that I know that it will help. So yeah, congratulations to everybody. I came in quite late and I did listen to, I think it was Lisa. She did, was it Lisa? Oh, I got the name
Linda.
wrong. Linda, and she was so inspirational as well. So congratulations to you all. Well done.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being so vulnerable and sharing your stories because the world needs to hear you, don't they? All these women need to hear your stories. So, yeah, I'm really touched by what I've heard so far. So, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
So that says should, would, could, and did. So it
Okay.
could
I see. I
is
just saw the bottom bit. Yeah. So
would,
it was did.
could,
Yeah.
and did. So you just
Cool.
have, that's a great thing to say. Yeah, you should do this. No. Would I do this? No. Could I? Just do it.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So
Mm.
much.
Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate you coming on. And you certainly did. And here we are celebrating you becoming an author, which I'm sure has been perhaps a long-term dream for you to do that, right, Emily?
It's I'm not sure I ever dreamt this big about doing anything like this. I wasn't necessarily a reader before this or anything, and now I totally am. So that's a good thing to think about, that just because, you had actually said, I should say this, in the beginning of this whole process 6 months ago, you said, so if you, after we do this book, if you want to be an author on your own and do your own book, we can always talk about that and we can help you with that. And I thought, oh, I'm not doing this again. And I absolutely want to do this again now. So, you just don't stifle yourself and put yourself in a little box and think, well, I'm not an author. I'm a total author now. And so I would love to do this again and have you work with me again. So it's just, it's the best thing I've done for myself. And we just don't, especially single moms, we just don't do anything. We have to justify any kind of money that we're spending, all of it. And we just usually throw it all into our kids. And this is the first time I've really invested in myself, and which will subsequently help my kids down the road. So I'm excited.
Just a little insight. So in a few weeks' time, you're coming to London.
Yes.
So if you don't know, and if you happen to be in the UK, if you don't know, we are holding actually a beautiful mini retreat for our authors, a media day where we'll be doing interview and doing meet and greet with our authors in London on the 12th of July. So if you happen to be in London, put that date in your diary that we are going to be having dinner with our amazing authors, including Emily. Emily, what does this trip signify to you?
Ooh. I've never been out of the United States other than the Bahamas. I'm not sure if that counts, but to get this opportunity, I just never dreamt this big. Like I said, to be in London on a media day, I would have never dreamt about that. It means that I can do anything, and it's proof that you can do anything and dream big, and it happens. And it's hopefully my kids are watching and they can take that step and dream big as well. It's just it's a dream come true. I'm like, I've been walking around just in a days thinking I'm going to be in London. I can't believe I'm going to be in London, and to be doing a media day with you and to being able to meet the others is I just can't even put words to it. So
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud how far you have come in this process and in your own journey, an ability to dream bigger and now actually inspire and impact others, and especially younger women. And I know how difficult it is to have confidence when you're young, and perhaps, you know, have those risks of facing something like rape. It's quite real, right? And to have that awareness from someone who has been there and overcome it is going to be truly impactful. So I want to keep encouraging you to do your life's work and dream bigger and pursue your mission unapologetically and share the story with the world. So if you are listening to this right now, I hope you already have a copy of the Women Thrive book. But if you haven't, I want you to grab yourself a Kindle copy, but also order yourself a couple hard copies of the book and hand it out to someone who you know, or perhaps you don't even know they need it, but share it with the world, because our mission is to reach as many people as we can worldwide with our beautiful stories, because there's might be just one thing that you read in this book that is going to totally transform your life. And I truly believe that, because this book has been divine intervention, and all these women who, I mean, what are the chances of us coming together from all around the world, different ages, different like backgrounds and experiences and stories, and to do all of this together? And today is spring, summer solace. How magical is that?
mhm. It's a dream come true. I adore all of them. I can't wait to just live my life and be in their lives as well.
Yeah.
It's totally divine.
Emily, how do people connect with you?
I am really working on my website. So it's Emily Sanders LMT for licensed massage therapist, .com. And that's what I've been really working towards getting. I'm trying to be better on social media with Instagram, but that's Emily's Victorious Secrets. And yeah, that's how we get together.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Emily. And as Nikki said, it's been so courageous for you to be here and share your story. I know it was not easy, and I hope we held the space for you to go through those emotions, which is absolutely fine. And I celebrate you as an author today.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you.
Thank you, Emily.